Hi, Reba Herder here, welcoming you to the adventure of spiritual practices in ministry. We are living in unprecedented times, and spiritual practices can help ground you, support you, and energize you to make courageous choices in difficult times. Carrie asked me a year and a half ago to teach this course, and the first reaction I had was, how can this fish teach other fish about the ocean? Because that's how I view spirituality, that powerful mystery that's within us, between us, and way beyond our understanding. So I went to my bookshelves, pulled out all the books that I had on spiritual practices, and I panicked. I looked at all these piles of books that I had and asked myself, how can I choose 500 pages that I think will support you? And that's the reading list that you have. You have books on there that have transformed and sustained me. You have books on there that I think will support you but don't necessarily fit my personality. And you have 2 new books in there on racism. And they're new to my reading list too. I've thoroughly looked at them, but I haven't studied them and lived them yet. The spiritual practice of listening to somebody say, "You are hurting me," is to listen, learn, and change your behavior. It's not to say, "I'm not racist, I don't need to read about that." The spiritual practice of seeing somebody hurting is to listen to them and ask yourself, what resources, what generosity do I have to share? It's not to bypass them the way the religious leaders bypassed the man in the story of the Good Samaritan. They literally bypassed him in order to go on and do their good works. And while we're not responsible for saving the world, we are responsible for being generous in the world. Now you can imagine that we won't agree on everything in this class. So the spiritual practice that I ask you to do is to take your beliefs, your experience, and your thoughts, lay them alongside another's beliefs, experience, and thoughts, and let the differences between you and your classmates, between you and authors, between you and me, let those differences create a holy space for God's healing, energizing, and inspiring love to enter into our conversations. Let that sacred space be a way for you to look at yourself from a new perspective. Let that sacred space be a way for you to listen to another with curiosity. If you have any questions about the syllabus, about your spiritual practice, if any of this gets overwhelming, please contact me. I'm actually pretty good at looking at where you are in life and how you can use your strengths to fulfill the course requirements in a way that supports you and strengthens you. Because everything I want to do in this class, along with being creative, along with thinking with new ideas, is to strengthen your faith, strengthen our faith, strengthen faith in our world for the glory of God and for our neighbor's good.